Good morning. We are here with Jimmy Staffey, and we're going to do the Yellow Cliff Trail and go down to Obie's Double Arch. Hope you enjoy it. Alrighty, first half of the trail is going to be a horse trail. Second half will be a hiking trail, and we'll come back up Laurel Falls. Just have to be careful, stay on the trail. You're going really through private property on both sides till you get to the Big South Fork land. But stay on the trail. First little part's sandy. Then once you get in the woods, it's a good hard trail. And it doesn't appear to be heavily used at all. Some of the trails around Honey Creek, you got a lot of mud, horse poop. This looks to be a pretty good, solid, hard trail. Looking forward to seeing the arch down here. It should be right beside the trail. Obie's Double Arch. We're on the coming in from Jamestown, turn at the Laurel Retreat. Obie Blevins is the name of the road. Obie was short for Obadiah. He's one of the more recent people up here. I think he died maybe around 1980, so one of the more recent individuals that have things named after him. Alrighty, we made it into Big South Fork. Now we can get off the trail if we want to. But it ain't bad. The first little quarter mile, half miles, kind of dealing with private, but once you get to this point, you're on BSF land. Been following an old road. Sure goes down to some old farms down on Laurel somewhere. And again, horse trail, but not a bad horse trail, I'll put it that way. Beautiful day today. Might hit mid-50s, probably about 45 when I left the home. Getting ready to have some good hiking. We're at the top of Obie Blevins Double Arch. That's just neat. Trail goes right over the top of it, but then you have to kind of go off trail right below it to get to the trail, or to the arch. We walked around the bluff line and gonna bushwhack down this ridge all the way down and hit the hiker trail. Again, came in from Jamestown, turn at the Obie Blevins Road, go out till you see a parking area on your right. Walk back up the road a ways to the trail. Part of it kind of goes right through some private property, but then you hit Big South Fork. You'll see the arch right on the trail, but you gotta get off trail and walk down under it to get the good views. Like I said, now we're just gonna go down, hit the trail as the crow flies. And we hit the trail. I don't know how much you cut off, but it's fun. Only problem is these leaves have fallen and they're wet and slick. What did I tell you? Back on trail, and we'll hit the hiker trail and hang a right and head back. Make some pictures of Laurel Fork while we're down here. Makes me think a home place is nearby. Alright, now we made it off the horse trail and we're on the Laurel Fork trail going back to the blacktop where we're parked. Like many trails, it reminds you a lot of station camp. It reminds you of no business. And here's a sign. I gotta see what it says. No horses. Horse tracks, definitive proof that horses cannot read. Laurel Fork Trail is extremely beautiful. You walk by the Laurel Fork for a good half of the trail. Going down Yellow Cliff, not so hot, but from there, when you hit the river all the way back, it's just beautiful. Interesting rock piles down here on Laurel Fork. We were down, Randy and myself and a few others, down at Laurel Branch, and I thought they stack logs pretty, or stones pretty, but my goodness. Piles all through here. All the way down through here, just piles of stone. So utilizing the bottomland for fields and farming, no doubt. Trying to get across the log here. Like I said, all the way down, as far as you can see, just stacked stone. Rough way to make a living. One advisory: if you do this hike, wear some waterproof socks. I think you crossed Laurel about 6 times. And to be honest with you, it's not a hiking trail. The equestrians, horses, are using it more than people. So basically the whole little loop, about 4 or 5 miles, is going to be on a horse trail, even though the map says half of it is hiking. And that's not the case. It's basically all horses. So you'll be walking in a ditch most of the time. Old adage about Big South Fork: you gotta go down over the hill to get to the good stuff. But when you go down the hill, guess what you gotta do? You gotta go back up. We're starting back up to the road. It's pretty steep. Jimmy looked over and found the ribbon. One of the things we're looking for. This is the Stevens Hammock Cemetery. Two of the stones are legible, well, not legible, I haven't found them, but they say one says Stevens. The other one is Elizabeth Hammock, hence the name Stevens Hammock. But these are so old, I don't think they're legible anymore. Alright, that was the Stevens Hammock Cemetery. All the writing's pretty much gone now, but from what I read, one grave was Elizabeth Hammock. Misspelled both names, but died in 1883. The old one says Stephen, and the other three are unmarked. Just a little bit of history in the area that continues to erode, soon be forgotten. Alrighty, we came out of the woods and we are road walking back to where we parked. So you could put a car at the end of Obie Blevins and one where we were at, not do this, but I was impressed by the number of homes back here. You're not by yourself by any stretch. Leatherwood Overlook, it is fantastic. Seeing a lot of color starting to come in. Alrighty, had a great day in Big South Fork. Started the morning off with Jimmy Staffey. We went to Obie's Double Arch, down over the hill to Laurel Fork, forded it about 6-7 times, got our feet wet, came up Laurel Fork up to the gravel road at walked back to the car, and right before we got to the blacktop or the gravel, we found the Stevens Hammock Cemetery. Got back to the car and drove out the gravel road to Leatherwood Overlook. Cemetery I've been looking for a long time. Found it. Someone was kind enough to put some tape where I could find it. That's the Thompkin's grave. Very tragic story of a black man that was killed and by his foreman working out here. I guess the guy didn't want to pay him. I can't remember all the details, but very tragic story where he was buried And then from there I went to the Leatherwood Overlook, one of my favorites, and seeing some color starting to pop out. So been a good day. Obie's Arch, Laurel Fork, Stephen Hammock, Thompkin Cemetery, and Leatherwood Overlook. So appreciate you watching. Talk to you later.